Hello there guys, welcome back to the e-bike repairs YouTube channel. My name's Darsh and I take apart and fix super fun and exciting stuff. What I've got in today, D-A-R-S-H for anyone who's wondering, is one of these. EXM, I don't think it's an EBMX actually, I'm not entirely sure. Something off a 72 volt Talaria or Suron, can't remember which, but I only got the battery so I don't know. I took a bit of a break over Christmas so you might have missed me. Right, we've got a beeping battery. It should be a 72 volt, 42 amp hour or something like that. If I open my Ant BMS app, which I haven't opened this yet, but I guessed it's probably an Ant BMS. It is in fact an Ant BMS. Brightness. You can see I'm connected to it. 42 amp hour. Discharge MOSFET error. That's what we've got. Cells are in balance. Pretty much, close enough to it not really cause a horrible problem. We've got lowest and highest groups here on 2 and 4. They're not massively out. 0.05 volts difference, so not too crazy. Total cycle 3,684 amp hours. It's been used quite a bit, a lot of discharge cycles. I don't know how many that works out to be, but 3,600 divided by 42 is 3,600 divided by 42, about 85 cycles. Realistically, it probably wasn't 100 to 0 every time, so that's not too bad. Let's pop this open, see what's going on with the BMS then, shall we? To get into it, it appears to be, hopefully it's this side. Let's see. Yep, it's this size. This is a 2.5 bit. So hex head 2.5. So 2.5 Allen. Right, we've got one kind of stripped out screw here. Don't really go into a lot. Cool. It's a good start, this, isn't it? It's a good start. I got a second. Oh, that one does go into something. I don't think these hold it on. That one's missing, and this one is barely there. What horrors await? I can only imagine. Maybe a little tapping device? A little persuader. Stop beeping. Why does it stop beeping? Ant BMS. It's gone, has it? We don't have it anymore. Oh well, it stopped beeping because something to do with tapping it has turned it off. Interesting. I don't actually know if these ones hold it on. You'd assume that they didn't. But sweet Lord. Oh my word. Someone's been in here. Someone's mucked about with things. Of course they have. Why wouldn't they have? They always have. Okay. Right. Okay. So we've just got common port charge and discharge going on here. Nothing too crazy. Yep. I mean, they're there. That's, pretty much what I've got to say about that. Hopefully, BMS is on the top of this nice hollow space. I see a BMS, it is there. Oh yeah, here are some wires. Someone's been in here. pointy stick. See what's going on. There's all sorts of like hot glue things happening. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, don't touch these things, I'll blow my fingers. Okay. I mean, that can be mushed out of the way enough to see, inside at least. So we've got some quite dry looking solder joins over here. Alright. Well, that'd help, wouldn't it? Balance lead's just off. It looks like someone's had a go at resoldering these, but they look quite dry. Or maybe someone's replaced the BMS. Interesting. That'd be why it's off, because that wire's just hanging out. Should we put that back on? That'd be why. Good start, isn't it? I'm never going to get this hot enough with my little iron, but we can at least, you know, begin looking at things. I can see the negative connections down here, or maybe what bridges the two lots, also looking a bit dry. And by dry I mean like a dry solder joint where it's not doing a great job of making a connection. I'm like, oh, it's completely knackered, but it's not ideal. Aha! Freedom. Why is there so much hot glue? And it doesn't do anything. That's what the hot glue was doing. Literally nothing. So, good start. You can hot glue down like a little BMS probably, but a big one like this needs a proper adhesive because you want to work. You know, I'm going to say it's had a replacement BMS. I think. Maybe. It looks like it has. It feels like it has. But I don't know. So let's try soldering this back on anyway and see what comes up. And hopefully we've not just got a load of blown up MOSFETs. And it was just some confusion due to this wire barely hanging on. Confusion. Now how am I going to get you on there any kind of success? Let's try much soldering. See what happens. Probably just need to come at this with my big soldering iron to have any chance of this working, but yes. It's a no, isn't it? There's no way that's ever going to get hot. Right, big soldering iron will cut back. Okie dokie, right. This is warm now. Let's see how much of this I can even bloody access. It's not really the easiest to get to. I will address these dry joints later, if I'm ever going to do it. Just much solder, because, oh yeah, it's not really very accessible, this is it. You need to pull the whole thing out. But for just reattaching this one, we might have a bit of luck. Now what we don't want to do is detach all of what's there already without a way to push it down, because these will not, so I'll have to come up with a big smusher of some sort. That is a technical term. What have I got? Big smusher? Well, big smusher short out. Dangerous, bad electronics, that's fucking... goodness, that's a little close, isn't it? Crikey. What's up? Jabbing a big metal end in there. We could just use this screwdriver instead and just not slip, I suppose, because otherwise my face will explode. Oh, that is all a bit close, isn't it, really? Oh, we'll give it a go. Needs way more solder on those to make them good connections, but I think that will hold that for now. Will that hold that for now? Or we like, oh yeah, look, that's alright, isn't it? Glorious. And then I've just been wiring up. I've got one of these ends. I can't remember the Clicko, whatever the charge port ends are. Got one of those. I'm just putting a bit of hot glue in it. Stop anything moving, because the reason this one stopped working originally was because somebody didn't do that and it overheated and the ends shorted inside. And for I have a random testing plug. I'm not going to heat shrink it all. I'll just have a bit of hot glue kicking around. It's fine. My random testing plug will charge the odd battery very occasionally. It's not a daily use thing. So I can just shove a bit of hot glue in there. And that will hold everything steady. It's important for me to not get hot glue too much everywhere. Oh no, it's snapped off. It's snapped off. No! Bottoms. And other such phrases. That's not good. It's not good at all. Problem is, there's only half of this port left. So of the two sort of like lugs that are there to solder onto, only one of them still exists. The other one has left the chat, shall we say. Before I just yammed it in here, if I move that way, give myself a bit more. Oh, just throw that. That's not warm at all. It's fine. Sorry about that. I yammed that in the tweezers. Professional move there. And then hop. Did have a big thing of solder. There it is. Okay, one big glob. Doing this with a big soldering iron is not really very good, is it? There we go. Stay. Yeah, with the big irons, not great. Hopefully that stays on longer than last time. And then that's going to push in this way. There's two little, no, this way. Two little tabby things that line up inside. So you can't put it in the wrong way. he says. There we go. In there that goes. Now, I believe I was here with the hot glue a moment ago. Going, oh, just put glue on that. And I'll hold it all, and then it snapped off because it didn't hold anything. And then this end has to go on, like this. Oh no. It's come off. I give up. I hate everything. Why do I try to use the proper plug? I'll cut back when I've fixed all this. Okay, we're back. I've got the end. It's all attached. I've got my 72-volt charger here, and I just use one with the end cut off because I'm constantly swapping things over. And I waggo new things into it every time because I'm just, I don't know, that's me. That's what I do. I should really just put XT60s on these or something, but you know. Here we are, I guess. Charger's on, charger's green. So let's try putting that in, see if anything blows up. That's still very hot. Let's get you over there. You've got a prime view of explosions and things. These ports will become live on this side, won't they? So I really don't want to touch those, but I can touch the lid there. Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. Battery on. I heard it. Battery charging. Let's go ANT BMS. Oh look, no errors. Nice. Charging at 5 amps, which is correct. Okay, well let's try unplugging the charger. I'll just unplug this end because it's easier than mucking about with that end. See what we get. Should stop charging. Ah no, look, discharge MOSFET error. So there is something wrong with the BMS. So that will need replacing. Fair enough. These things happen. The new BMS it is. Luckily, here's one I made earlier. Would you look at that? It's exactly the same. How convenient. All I need to do is redo every bloody connection. So take the entire thing apart and sort that. Yay! Love that for me. I don't think I'm going to film that. I don't think I want to. But at least we know now what the problem is. I can quote the customer, I can tell them, you know, this is what's wrong, this is how much it'll be, and get that sorted, get that replaced, and a new BMS in there should be all good, and fix all the dry solder joints that are really a bit dodgy. Thanks.